This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The following presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health. Good afternoon and welcome to the Shelton Fastpitch Field on the campus of Shelton High School in Shelton, Washington. Today, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, continues coverage of high school spring sports with Evergreen Conference Fastpitch Softball, featuring the Shelton Highclimbers and the WF West Bearcats. My name is Diedrich Allen, and joining me for this broadcast is Jerry Apple.
How you doing, Diedrich?
Good, Jerry. How are you on this beautiful day?
I'm good.
Shelton is 3-12 on the season, 1-9 in Evergreen Conference play. The Highclimbers are coming off Monday's 8-inning, 10-7 loss to Black Hills. WF West has an 8-7 overall record, 5-5 in the conference. The Bearcats are coming off yesterday's 8-1 win over Black Hills. This is the third meeting of the season between WF West and Shelton. The Bearcats took the first two games over the Highclimbers, 26-2 on March 31st and 7-1 on April 21st. Coming up, Jerry has lineups and batting orders, and of course we have the first pitch. It's Evergreen Conference Fast Pitch Softball, the WF West Bearcats at the Shelton Highclimbers on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. And we're back here at the Shelton Fast Pitch Field. Diedrich Allen, Jerry Apple, and Jerry has the honor, and I say honor, of running down the lineups.
Thank you, Diedrich. First, for the visitors, the WF West Bearcats under Coach Kevin Zylstra. Leading off is number 2, playing first base, is Gracie Elam. Batting second is number 3, the second baseman, Addie Froschauer. Batting third, the shortstop, number 22, Evelyn Myers. Batting cleanup, Playing third base is number 29, Carly Coleman. Batting fifth, the pitcher for the Bearcats, number 10, Taylor Tobin. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 35, Rhea Middleton. The catcher tonight is number 7, Kinley Fragner, and she is batting number 7. Batting eighth is the right fielder, number 5, Morley McGreal. And batting ninth for the Bearcats is the center fielder, number 1, Tanner Tobin. And that's your starters for WF West. And now the starters for the home team, the Shelton Highclimbers, under Coach Richard Squire. Leading off, playing left field, will be number 8, Ada Gooley. Batting second, the center fielder, number 7, Cassandra Tyler. Batting third, the shortstop, number 4, Haley Schaffenhauer. Batting cleanup tonight is the right fielder, number 25, Natalie Glynn. Batting fifth, first base. Playing first base is number 33, Bailey Plant. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 2, Liv Rasmussen. Batting seventh, playing third base, number 43, Riley Rowland. And batting eighth is at second base, number 40, Aurora Marcy. And batting ninth, the pitcher for the Highclimbers, number 20, Kaylee Ricks.
All
and
right,
that's your starters for the Highclimbers.
Thank you, Jerry. The only thing we don't have is umpires. I haven't seen them come out yet.
I have not either. I've been looking. And
Yeah, well, usually we get them in there. We're usually starting early on these games, and it looks like we might be starting late. So we will take a quick break. However, since I have some time, let's talk about some stuff here.
Sure.
We'll just jump in here. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, helps you know what local government is doing with live video streams of meetings for the Mason County Commission, the Shelton School Board, the North Mason School Board, and the Port of Allen Commission. You can watch past meetings of these entities as well. Mason Web TV also covers Shelton City Council, the Port of Shelton Commission, and select informational meetings for the League of Women Voters of Mason County, the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce, the North Mason Chamber of Commerce, and the Economic Development Council of Mason County, as well as the North Mason Community Voice from time to time. If you want to see what's going on, check out MasonWebTV.com daily. It's real simple. Just go check it out.
You are busy.
Yeah, that's right. So we're still waiting for the umpires. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hopefully we'll have first pitch between WF West and Shelton on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health. And the guys in blue are here, Jerry. They're just entering the field right now, so we'll be on time, I think.
That's good news.
Yeah, that's good news. So they're going to go over and chat with the coaches and get situated. We're just moments away from the first pitch between WF West and Shelton, Fastpitch softball.
Well, it's game time temperature is 65, and we have less wind today. But I have to be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to jinx
that.
it. You don't want to jinx it at all. Because yesterday was very interesting as we were trying to track down papers as they go flying in our paperless society. That's because I have to print things out. We don't have the technology. Well, we do, but never mind. Now I'm getting off beat there, Jerry. Let's talk about the Prevention Summit on Friday, Jerry.
Sure.
All day at the Skokomish Tribal Center. What was it, about 8 speakers? Is that what I'm remembering?
Six for sure.
6 for sure, and then there's presentations that range from a message from the governor all the way down to, I'm going to say this and it's going to freak people out, but gas station heroin. Yeah, it's a very interesting topic.
Kratom.
Kratom is just one of the things that you can buy over the counter without any ID. Anybody can. So.
Well, I know that Abe Gardner will be the master of ceremonies, and he always does a nice job.
Love Abe. Love Abe.
I do too. And he works out of the fire hall out of Belfair.
Yeah.
And yes, he's great. Ben Johnson, of course, has been the key organizer, along with Shelley Willis. And I'm going to be at the registration table on Friday morning, and I'm looking forward to that. That's a good place for me.
Yeah, a couple of spots still left if you want to register and
There
go.
is.
It's a pretty much a whole day thing, but you do get lunch. That's a good thing.
And a lot of treats.
A lot of treats, yeah.
And John Holbrook is the one that's going to be talking about kratom and other items.
Yes.
Former student, does a great job. He's out of Kent.
He works for the Renton School District now, I believe.
Huh?
He works for the Renton School District now, I believe.
Okay.
I've heard his presentation at least twice.
Yeah.
And he adds to it every time because he always
very
finds different
knowledgeable.
things that he needs to point out, and it is very interesting. And that in itself, I think, is worth the price of admission, as they say. Anyways, back to Fastpitch softball, Jerry. I want to talk about the pitcher for the Highclimbers, Kaylee Ricks. She last pitched on April 16th. She pitched against Centralia, went 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, 3 earned, 4 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout, facing 17 batters in that outing against the Tigers. And I didn't write down what that was. I believe that was a loss. Pardon me. We're ready to get underway.
Okay. Leading off for WF West is the first baseman, number 2, Gracie Elam.
And Gracie was 1 for 4 with a double, batted in a run, and scored a run in their game yesterday against Black Hills. Here's first pitch to her, swing and a miss. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind all this time. It's always thrown me off.
And Gracie's dad is the head coach of the boys team at WF West.
So 0-1, here's pitch on the way, ground ball, chopper right to third, and Riley Rowland will grab it, throw it over to Plant at first, and that's out number 1. So 1 away for the Bearcats.
And now up, your second hitter, playing second base, is Addie Froschauer, number 3.
And Addie was 3 for 4, batted in a run, scored a couple of runs yesterday. First pitch to her is a ball.
Well, she had a good day, 3 for 4, wow.
Yeah. Get on the right page here. There we go. Next pitch in there, low, ball 2. 2-0, 1 out, nobody on for WF West here. Just underway if you're just joining us. A pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. Schuffenauer with it with a nice stop. Throws over to first off the glove of Plant. And we have a runner on first base for WF West.
An error there on the first baseman. And now up is your shortstop, number 22, Avalon Myers.
Yeah, Avalon was 1
Yeah,
for 3.
Avalon, thank
hit
you.
a home run, batted in 3 runs, and scored a run. Pitch on the way to her, and that did that hit her or bounce around? Runner goes, however, as the ball got away.
Yeah.
And we have Bearcats have a runner at second already. So 1 on, 1 out. Runner at second base. And the 1-0 outside. going to be ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes to Myers. Avalon Myers. Steps back in. Boy, we had a lot of chatter going on. There's a fly ball center field, and it's out of here. Boy, oh boy, right away the Bearcats are up 2-0. 2-run home run there.
2 RBIs for Avalon.
Avalon Myers.
I'll get that right.
So it's 2-0, 1 out. Go ahead, Jerry.
Especially if she only hit a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep center field.
Deep center field, yeah. Cassandra Tyler, all she could do was look up and watch it go over the fence.
And now up is your cleanup hitter, the third baseman, number 29, Carly Coleman.
It's actually 13, Jerry, but
what do you have for
I have
number?
number 13.
You have number 13.
Yeah. Carly had a
You know what? You are right.
Carly had a good day yesterday. 4 for 4, 2 doubles, and a run scored. Pitched on the way. That's 2 balls to her.
Maybe that's why she's playing cleanup. Huh?
Maybe. So it's 2 in, 1 out. Nobody on for WF West here. We're in the top of the first. There's a swing and a fly ball that's hooking foul into the tennis courts over off the first baseline. So it's 2-1.
It's interesting how they stop tennis practice once the game starts.
Well, actually, they're still practicing in the far
field?
courts.
Far court? Okay.
Pitch on the way and a line drive into center field. And Coleman is going to head for second with a stand-up double.
That was a shot.
Yeah.
Right past the catcher, or first pitcher.
Yeah.
Right past
up the
her.
middle.
Wow. And now up is your 5th hitter, the pitcher, number 10, Taylor Tobin.
Taylor was 1 for 3 and scored a run yesterday. First pitch to her. She smacks that one into shallow right field. Rounding third, coming in. Throw home, and she's safe. Nice base running by Carly Coleman. Makes it 3-0 early.
And give Taylor Tobin an RBI on that.
And she ended up at second base.
Yes,
So
she
I
did.
Not see that.
And Carly Coleman scored. And now up is number 35, the left fielder, Rhea Middleton.
And Rhea was 2 for 3 with a double and scored a run. First pitch to her was a ball. Next pitch in there. Swing and got a little piece of it, but it's strike 1. 1-1 the count. 3 in, 1 out. One runner at second base.
Yeah, 3 hits in a row, Diedrich, for Chehalis, or WF West.
Pitch on the way. It's going to be ball. Runner goes as Liv Rasmussen had a little trouble keeping that in the glove, and we have a runner at third base now for WF West. And there's a ground ball over to third. Roland gets it, throws it over to Plant, and that's out number 2. Can't take my eyes off this field at all, Jerry.
And now up is your 7th hitter, the catcher, number 7, Kenley Fragner.
Yeah, Kenley. She last batted against Centralia on April 25th. That was a 4-3 loss, and she was 0 for 2 in that ball game. We have a courtesy runner now heading over to third base, and that is number 4, and that'll be Allie Smitherman. She'll be running at third base. 3 in, 2 out. Pitch on the way, swing and a ground ball right. Oh, foul to Roland. But a good try. Good ground ball there. Just couldn't keep it in the field of play. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 1 on, 3 in for WF West. Bearcats lead 3-0. Pitch on the way, and that will put runners at the corners as Fragner hits the first base after being hit by a pitch.
And now up is your 8th hitter here in the first inning for the Bearcats, number 5, the right fielder, Morley McGreal.
And Marley, last time she batted was on April 16th against Black Hills. She was 0 for 1. Pitch on the way. It's going to be low, ball 1. So again, runners at the corners. Runners at first and third. In a 3-0 ball game, 2 out. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by McReel. 1-1 the count. Kaylee Ricks in the pitching circle for the Highclimbers. Here comes the 1-1. Swing, and that one's fouled straight back for strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Again, the batter is Marley McReel. 2 out, 2 on, 3 in for WF West. Top of the first. Pitch on the way, swing the ground ball. That's going foul again. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here is the next pitch on the way to McReel. Strike down the middle of the plate, and that will do it for the Bearcats in their half of the first, but they get 2, or get 3, excuse me, leave 2. They lead 3-0. We head to the bottom of the frame. Shelton coming up on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
And we are back here for the bottom of the first inning, 3-0 WF West with that lead. Shelton coming up.
Yeah, WF West had 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on base, no walks, 1 hit by a pitch. And, of course, that was highlighted by the shortstop Myers, who had 2 RBIs.
2-run home run, Jerry.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the pitcher for WF West really quick before Ada Gooley steps in to lead things off. She went 7 innings yesterday, 1 run, 6 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts against Black Hills yesterday. And that, again, was a 8-1 victory. So Ada Gooley is leading things off, right, Jerry?
Yeah, and she's played about 5 different positions this season so far. Very, very good leadoff hitter.
Yeah, she was 2 for 5, hit 2 doubles, batted in a run, and scored a run on Monday against Black Hills. She fouled the first pitch off, and that'll be strike 1. So 0-1 to Ada Gooley.
Very fast.
Yeah, she is. Here's the 0-1 to Gooley. Swing and fly ball foul off the fence on the first base line. So 0-2 quickly for Ada. Leadoff batter for the Highclimbers here. Bottom of the first inning, 3-0 WF West with the lead. Shelton at bat. Here's the 0-2 from Tobin. Swing and popped up. That one's over everybody's head into the tennis courts. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Ada Gooley. Here's a pitch on the way, a swing, and a ground ball back to Tobin at pitching circle. Throw it over to first. And Elam, and that's out number 1 for the Highclimbers. So 1 out, Jerry.
Yeah, and now up is number 7, playing center field, Cassandra Tyler.
Cassandra was 2 for 4, had a double, had an RBI, scored a run on Monday. She'll step in. Comes the first pitch. Strike down the middle of the plate. Can't get any better than that pitch, Jerry.
Yeah, that was a lot of speed on that,
Yeah,
a lot of
it was,
velocity. I've been real pleased with Cassandra Tyler. Plays a nice center field.
Here's the 0-1 to Cassandra Tyler. It's going to be outside and high, ball 1-1-1. Well, a lot of chatter from the dugouts today, Jerry.
That's good. I
Yeah,
like that.
Oh, I like it too, but yeah. Here's the 1-1 with one out for Cassandra Tyler. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on for Shelton here. Jerry, we didn't have this kind of problem yesterday. We had more wind. Here's the 1-2 to Tyler. Swing and a miss, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 away for Shelton. And here comes Haley Schuffenhauer, shortstop.
Yep.
She was 1 for 2 with Monday, a triple RBI, walked once and scored a couple of runs.
And we can't overemphasize how well she plays at shortstop for the Highclimbers.
Wow, she had a good play in the bottom of the first. She takes ball 1, just turned into an error as a ball popped out of first
baseman.
Yeah, the glove. So 1-0 to Schuffenhauer. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. That's going to hop over there to second base. Up on the ball and getting it is going to be Froschauer. Did she beat it out? She beat it out, Jerry.
Boy, she got down that baseline fast.
That looked very routine to me. And so there's 1 on, 2 out.
Yeah, that was a single for Haley. And now up is your cleanup hitter, the right fielder, number 25, Natalie Glenn.
And Natalie on Monday was 2 for 3, had a double, a walk, and scored a run.
Good hustle by Haley.
So Schuffenauer on first base. Natalie Glenn, the batter, standing in the middle of the box. First pitch to her, swing and a miss. Schuffenauer goes. Ball goes into center field, overthrown, and Schuffenauer is safe on second base. If she didn't slide in there, she could have rounded the corner, hit it to third at that point, but she was sliding in safely. Right play. So runner in scoring position for the Highclimbers. 2 out in the bottom of the first inning. Natalie Glenn is the batter.
Well, I can still remember Natalie Glenn in one of the first games that she came back to play for the Highclimbers this year. Hit 2 home runs in a row in center field, over center field.
So 1-1 the count to Natalie. She swings and misses at the next pitch. It's a strike 2, so 1 ball, 2 strikes to Natalie Glenn. 2 out, 1 on. Haley Schuffenauer at second base for the Highclimbers, trailing 3-0 to WF West. Here's the 1-2 from Tobin. Swing and a ground ball foul off the screen. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 out, 1 on. Natalie Glenn steps back in, waits for the next offering from Taylor Tobin. Here comes the pitch. Strike on the outside corner, and that will be that for the Highclimbers. Leave 1 out there. We head to the second. 3-0. WF West with the lead and coming to bat.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD 3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD 3 at 360-426-8255.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Second inning of play, 3-0. WF West comes up to bat.
And leading off is this Tanner Tobin, number 1. She's playing the center field.
Fouled the first pitch straight back for strike 1. So 0-1 to Tanner Tobin. Pitch on the way. inside. That's a ball 1, so 1-1. Wow, I didn't really see that location, Jerry.
It was just a little bit low.
So 1-1 to Tanner Tobin. That one hops in there for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff batter for WF West. Tanner was 1 for 3 and scored a run yesterday against the Black Hills in that 8-1 victory. Here's a pitch on the way. That's going to be ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Tanner Tobin. Here's a pitch on the way. That'll be a leadoff walk for the Bearcats. So 1 on and nobody out.
And now up is your leadoff hitter, number 2, Gracie Elam, playing first base. She's 0 for 1.
Here's first pitch to Elam. It's going to be a little bit low. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on, nobody out. Tanner Tobin. I don't know why Taylor got in my mind. Tobin over on first base. Next pitch is inside corner. Painted it for strike 1, 1-1 to Gracie Elam. So 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, 1 on. Runner at first base for WF West. Top of the second swing, and that one's fouled high over the screen and into the netting for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, 1 on. Tanner Tobin at first base for WF West. There's a ball, making it 2-2, and a nice stop by the catcher. And
Liv
Fragner. I'm sorry, that's not Fragner. That's Liv Reismussen. Where's my mind, Jerry? It's these black uniforms. Here we go, the 2-2 pitch. Low, and that'll bring the count full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on, nobody out for WF West here. Top of the second, leading 3-0. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's fouled off. As Tanner Tobin was all the way to the second base on that foul ball. Count remains full at 3-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball. Drops to Aurora. Oh, and they can't make a play.
An error.
Yeah, as Aurora Marcy couldn't quite get to it and tried to, it was just an error. We'll leave it at that. So runners at first and second now for WF West.
And now up is the second baseman, Addie Froschauer. And she scored the first run.
Fouls the first one off over our heads.
And she's 0 for 1.
So here is the 0-1. Nobody out, 2 on. Runners at first and second. Pitch on the way and a fly ball headed to left field. Gooley under it, grabs it, throws it in. Runners go back to their bases. There's out number 1 for WF West. So 1 down.
And now up is your shortstop, Myers, number 22. She had a home run back in the first, had 2 RBIs.
So she took ball 1. Easier way to say that, Jerry, is a 2-run home run.
Okay.
Pitch on the way. Another pitch slow ball, 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Miss Myers. Avalon Myers. 1 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second for WF West. Oh, that's high, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Taylor Tobin is second. Gracie Elam at first. Pitch on the way. And that's to load the bases with the walk. So the sacks are loaded for WF West.
And now up is your cleanup hitter, the third baseman, number 13, Carly Coleman. And she scored the 3rd run, and she had a double in the first inning. 1 for 1.
So the bases are loaded. Tobin at third, Elam at second, and Myers at first. And Coleman is the batter. Here's the first pitch to Carly. Swings, and she kind of checked her swing, hit the ball, hit it. The bat, that is, and it goes foul for strike one. 1 out, 3 on for WF West here in the top of the second inning, that is. Carly Tobin steps back in. Here's the pitch on the way. It's going to be ball 1-1 to Coleman. Again, the bases are loaded for WF West with 1 out. Pitch on the way. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-2 to Coleman. Tanner Tobin is at third base. Gracie Elam is at second. There's a fly ball that's again foul, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Avalon Myers is at first. And Carly Tobin the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 3 on. Here's pitch on the way. That's going to be ball number 2. So 2-2 the count. Three-0 ball game here. Top of the second. Pitch on the way. That's the swing and a foul ball off the screen. Count remains even at 2-2. 1 out, 3 on. 3-0 ball game. How many times can I say that, Jerry? A whole bunch. Here's the next offering from Kaylee Ricks to Coleman. She'll swing and she'll pop one up, and that's just out of play into the bullpen out there off first base line.
Yeah, Carly Coleman is certainly making the pitcher, Kaylee Ricks, work.
Yeah, Kaylee just hit 46 pitches.
Ooh.
Pitch on the way. That's going to be ball 3, and the count is now full. And the bases are full.
Yeah, that's a pretty high pitch count for 2 innings.
1 out, 3 on, and a full count to Carly Coleman, and that'll walk in a run. And as Coleman heads to first base, and that makes it 4-0 WF West. And timeout is called. We may be getting a pitching change here, Jerry.
Yeah, Tanner Tobin is the one that just scored on that. And that's the third walk given up in the this inning to WF West.
So 1 in, 1 out, 3 on for WF West. There's a meeting of the infielders with Coach Squire in the pitching circle, seeing if Kaylee can stay in there. She's getting some encouragement from her team, and she'll stay in the pitching circle.
And now up is number 10, Taylor Tobin, the pitcher. She also had 2 strikeouts in the first inning for the Bearcats, and she had a single. So she's 1 for 1.
First pitch to her is high. That gets over the head of Rasmussen. A runner's going to come in and score, making it 5-0. And other runners will advance. So runners at second and third with another run in.
Yeah, Gracie Elam is the one that scored there on that wild pitch.
So 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, 2 in. Pitch on the way. Outside, just a bit too outside, I guess. 2 balls.
Yeah. 2 runners in scoring position for the Bearcats.
Here's the pitch on the way. Oh, just a bit low again.
Yeah.
Ball 3. Well, I got to tell you, first base is open. Runners second and third. Here's the pitch on the way. There's a strike called, so 3 balls and 1 strike.
And I'm sure Taylor Tobin will now be swinging away.
Here comes the pitch on the way. It's going to be a walk, and the bases are loaded again for WF West.
Yeah, 4th walk given up.
And now we're going to get Coach back out to the pitching circle. So 2 in, 3 on, and only 1 out for WF West.
And
I think
Gooley.
Yeah, Ada Gooley's going to come in relief here in the second. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
So Ada Gulick takes over in the pitching circle. Her last outing was Monday. She went 8 innings, 10 runs, 2 earned, 10 hits, 3 walks, a strikeout, faced 44 batters in that game.
Number 35, Rhea Middleton, is stepping in. She is the 7th hitter in this inning for the Bearcats, and she's 0 for 1, grounded out to the third baseman back in the first.
She did take strike once, 0-1. Also want to tell you that Michaela Lee is now in left field, and she'll get her first action. That'll drop in for a base hit. 1 run's going to come in and score. Here comes another one. And there are 2 more on, and that makes it 7-0 with runners at only first base, first and second. I'm sorry.
Rhea
first
picked
and,
up 2 RBIs on that single.
Yeah. And the batter now is number 7. That's Kinley Fragner.
Yes, and she was hit by a pitch in the first inning.
She took ball 1. Next pitch on the way. Oh, just a bit high. 2-0 to Fragner. Kin runners at first and second. Pitch on the way, swing, and right over to Marcy. Throw it for the out. Throw it to second, and the runner had held. So there's 2 away for WF West.
And now up is number 5, Morley McGreal, playing right field. She's 0 for 1. 9th hitter for the Bearcats this inning.
First pitch is a ball in the turf. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Was that 4 in? 3, okay, 4, I'm sorry, 4 in here. And a swing and a miss on that pitch. So 1-1 the count. 7-0 ball game. WF West on top and at bat. Here's the next pitch on the way, and a ground ball. Chopper go to Schuffenhauer. She'll scoop it up, throw it over to Bailey Planet first, and that'll do it for the inning. But the Bearcats increase their lead. They're leading at 7-0. We head to the bottom of the frame. Shelton coming up.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call, or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Kids learn by watching adults, so consume cannabis out of sight of young people. And be a Mason County kid's greatest influence. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and the Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935.
Bottom of the second inning, 7-0 WF West. Highclimbers coming up.
Yeah, WF West had 4 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error committed by Shelton, 2 left on base, and there was 4 walks given up to WF West in the top of the second. And now up is the 5th hitter, first hitter of this inning, the first baseman, number 33, Bailey Plant.
And Bailey was 0 for 4, did walk once, score a run on Monday's loss to Black Hills. So she'll step in, wait for the first pitch here. Here it comes from Tobin. Swing and a miss. So 0-1. Plant will take her time to step back into the batter's box, wait for the 0-1 from Tobin. There's strike 2 called.
Yeah, Bailey Plant is one of the 4 seniors on the Shelton Highclimber Fastpitch team.
Taylor Tobin is only pitched 17 pitches.
Wow.
You've been very efficient. There's a ball. It's high. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter, Bailey Plant for the Highclimbers here.
Well, needless to say, that's a good pitch count.
Yeah, that's a good pitch count, yeah. Here's pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and Plant goes down swinging, so 1 away now for the Highclimbers.
And that was the 3rd strikeout registered by Taylor Tobin. And now up is your catcher, number 2, Liv Rasmussen.
Liv was 0 for 1 on Monday. That's all. That's all I have, Jerry. So 1 out, nobody on. And Liv Rasmussen steps in, waits for the pitch. A little bit high, ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 1-0. Nope. 0 away. This umpire really lets us know what's going on, doesn't he, Jerry?
Yeah, he does let us know when there's a strike. That's good.
Well, I'm saying he's saying no. And on the balls, he says no. So 2-0 to Rasmussen. That's going to be high, ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on for Shelton here in the bottom of the second inning, trailing WF West 7-0. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a little dribbler is going to be picked up there by the third base. Throw to first.
Liv made that close, though.
Yeah.
She got down that baseline pretty quickly.
Coleman to Elam on the play, and that's out number 2.
And now up is number 43, the third baseman, Riley Rowland.
Riley was 1 for 4 with an RBI on Monday. 2 out, nobody on. Here's pitch to Rowland. Strike down the middle of that plate. Wow. 0-1. To Rowland. Step back in. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Riley Rowland, the batter for Shelton. 7-0 WF West with the lead, and Highclimbers red bat. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be high, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Riley Rowland. Here comes pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the Highclimbers here in their half of the second. We head to the third. WF West 7-0 coming to bat.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
We head to the third inning of play, 7-0 WF West, and there's going to be a change in the lineup for the Highclimbers. Heading over to first base is number 5, and that's Paris Mincer.
Okay.
And see if they move Bailey Plant somewhere else. I don't think they are. I'll double check all that.
All right. And leading off for the Bearcats is a center fielder, number 1, Tanner Tobin. And she scored back in the second inning, and she is 0 for 0. She had a walk.
Hit a walk. There we go. Still think that needs to change. That's just my opinion. Here's
I
the
agree
first
with you
pitch
totally.
Which takes a strike 1 called for Tanner Tobin.
But it does come into play on the on-base percentage.
Yeah, I understand that. I know I've had a long discussion about that with certain purists of the game. Swing and a miss for strike 2 by Tanner Tobin. I just feel it needs to be something different.
Yes.
You know. Just makes it sound like they're going to bat, you know. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Have to apologize in advance. My graphic work today is a little subpar. I had no innings on the last half inning for some reason. Here's a pitch on the way. That's going to be ball 2. So 2-2 the count to Tanner Tobin, leadoff batter for WF West here in the top of the third inning. Bearcats up 7-0. I do have that right? Yes, I do.
You have it right.
Well, I'm just talking about my graphics, Jerry. There's a pitch on the way, swing, and a miss. It's a drop third strike, throw over to first base. And that'll be out number 1 for WF West.
And now up is your leadoff hitter, Gracie Elam. And Gracie is 0 for 2, but she did score a run.
So here's the first pitch to Elam. Oh, outside for ball 1. That looked a little good to me. I mean, it came in really slow. Here's the 1-0 to Elam. She smacks one to center field. That's going to get up against the fence for a double, it looks like, as she slides into second. So 1 on and 1 out for WF West.
And now up is Addie Froschauer, second baseman, number 3, 0 for 2. But did score a run.
Takes a strike on a little changeup there for Ada Cooley. So 0-1 to Froschauer. 1 out, 1 on, runner at second base for the Bearcats. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2. So Addison will step back in and watch a pitch come in low and inside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Addison Froschauer. Again, Elam on second base, 1 out. Pitch on the way. Just a bit high. The count goes even at 2-2. To Froschauer. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball that goes foul just inside the first base bag. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. I didn't even really see that come off the bat, Jerry. I just heard it.
Yeah.
And it just went up fast, and it just...
It didn't hit the bag, though, did it?
No, it did not.
It was just to the right of it?
Just inside. That means that, I guess, outside the foul line. That's the pitch on the way. Outside, and the count goes full to Froschauer. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second, 1 out for WF West here, top of the third. 7-0, the Bearcats are on top. Pitch on the way and a fly ball. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Elam rounds third. It's going to head in and score. And there's an RBI single, making it 8-0.
And now up is Avalon Myers. And Avalon had a 2-run homer, and she had a walk, and she scored twice.
Here's first pitch to her. It's going to be high, ball 1.
So she's had a very productive day.
Afternoon, yeah. Froschauer over at first base, 1 out, 1 in. For WF West here, they're leading 8-0. Pitch on the way. That's going to be ball 2. Good stop there by Liv Rasmussen. Not letting anything go by. Here's the 2-0. Ooh, she hit that one with some authority. And it's up into the corner. It's a foul ball, Jerry. Wow. That went with some
that was
speed.
A line drive.
Oh, my goodness.
Pretty close to a hit.
Fair ball, but man, I swear she just hit it, and the home plate umpire said foul. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Avalon Myers. Here comes a pitch. Swing and another ball. That one is fair up the third base line. Motoring in from round third. Froschauer. It's going to make it 9-0, and there's an RBI double for Myers. And it's 9-0.
And that is her 3rd RBI of the game. And now up is your cleanup hitter for the Bearcats. She's 1 for 1. Carly Coleman, the 3rd baseman. Number 13.
Outside, ball 1.
And she scored twice.
So 2 in, 1 out, 1 on. Pitch on the way. That's going to be a ball, and here goes a runner. Myers to third base, and that ball gets into left field. So Myers is going to stand up and run in, score the 10th run for WF West.
And we will give that there's going to be an error on that too, on the throw.
Sorry, what was the count? It's now there's a pop-up.
Straight up.
Rasmussen can't get to it. Kind of lost it in the sun there. I'm trying to figure out what it is. So is it 1-1 or is it something else, Jerry? I can't see the count.
Well, they have on the scoreboard 1-1.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't.
But
think
I'm not sure. Let's see what he has.
I think it's 2-1.
Okay.
I believe it's 2-1. We'll go with 2-1.
Yep, you're right.
Okay.
It was 2-1.
2-1. 10-0 ball game inside. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike.
He does a good job of letting us know what the count is, too. I like that.
Bases are empty. 1 out. Here is the next pitch to Coleman. She'll ground 1 foul at the third base line. And that'll make the count full, 3-2.
Yeah, Carly Coleman has had a double, of course, and she also gone on by way of a walk, so she's 1 for 1.
So 3 in for WF West here in the top of the 3rd inning. They're leading 10-0. 1 out, nobody on. Here's a pitch to Coleman. Another foul ball at the third baseline. Boy, she's battling here.
Yes, she is.
And Gooley's now hitting 31 pitches, Jerry. And just her 2nd inning of relief here.
Yeah. Not good.
Here's the 3-2 to Coleman. And that'll be a base runner as Coleman heads to first base on the walk.
And now up is your pitcher, number 10, Taylor Tobin. And Taylor is 1 for 1, has an RBI, has a steal, and also has a walk. So she's got on base twice.
Now she ducked down for the first pitch, made it ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 3 in, 1 on. As Coleman is over there at first base. Here's a pitch on the way and a ground ball that goes foul. So 1-1.
And Taylor has 4 strikeouts so far and is pitching a 1-hitter.
Okay. Taylor Tobin steps back in, waits for the 1-1 from Gooley. It's going to be high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on, 3 in. For WF West today, top of the third, 10-0. Bearcats. Comes another pitch. Fly ball, that's playable. Nice job out there by Roland for out number 2. So that's 2 out.
And now up is number 35, the left fielder, Rhea Middleton. And she is 1 for 2, has 2 RBIs.
First pitch to her, she swings and she gets it over the head of Roland, but it's foul. Riley did a good job trying to get to it.
Yeah, she did.
Couldn't quite.
Again, I want to thank her for a nice catch. Coming up to that fence there, kind of intimidating.
So Coleman's at first base, 2 out. Pitch on the way and a swing and a miss by Middleton. So 0-2.
Yeah, Ray is 1 for 2.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on, 3 in. There's a ground ball, goes foul again.
Making the third baseman work a lot today.
It looks that way. Yeah. Count remains 0-2 to Rhea Middleton. Again, Charlie Coleman out there's a pop-up. And here is Liv Rasmussen grabbing it, and that will be that. But the Bearcats add on. They lead 10-0. We head to the bottom of the frame. Shelton coming up.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
Bottom of the third, 10-0. WF West with the lead. Shelton coming up.
Yeah, WF West had 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error committed by Shelton. There was 1 left on base, and there was 1 walk given up by WF West. And now leading off here in the bottom of the third is Aurora Marcy.
And Aurora, she was 1 for 5, had 2 RBIs though.
And she's playing second base.
She swings and she fouls the first one off the screen. Nice little ricochet right back to
the catcher.
The
yeah.
catcher. Fragner didn't have to do much but turn around and catch.
Yeah.
0-1 to Aurora Marcy. Fun fact about Aurora, she did wrestle. She also had an internship at the port of Shelton for a couple weeks.
Oh, nice.
So she takes strike 2, 0-2.
Now, is Aurora a senior?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that. Yes, she is.
Okay, so she's one of the 4 seniors. Okay.
Just look over at the fence here. There's a nice banner with her name on it. Yes. And it's a strikeout for Aurora Marcy.
Yeah, I was looking for the banner.
It's over here around the corner. You can't see it, Jerry. It's
okay.
Right there. And
Thank you.
I just looked over there and I see her original number of 17 on there. So.
Okay.
And who is this? This is Michaela Lee stepping in here to bat. Jerry, she's in left field. She was 0 for 4 on Monday. First pitch to her, swing and miss.
Sadie, okay.
No, it's
Who is
Michaela Lee, Jerry.
Michaela Lee.
Michaela Lee, number 11.
Thank you. Got to make sure that's right.
There's the 0-1. To Michaela Lee, shows bunt. Bunts it foul for strike 2. So 0-2 to to Michaela Lee. 1 out, nobody on. So Lee steps back in. Waits for the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 2. So 2 away for the top of the order. And Ada Gooley.
Yeah, this is Ada Gooley is 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher back in the first. The pitcher for WF West, Taylor Tobin, has had 6 strikeouts so far.
So there's first pitch to Ada Gooley. She swings and she misses. For strike 1, 0-1 to Ada Gooley. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the third, 10-0 WF West with the lead. Here's the 0-1. Another swing and a miss on a higher one. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on for Shelton here in the bottom of the third inning, trailing WF West 10-0.
And Ada Gooley now is the pitcher for the Highclimbers.
Step in, here's a pitch. He's going to show bunt, and that one goes foul right over to Jerry. So no balls and 2 strikes, still the count to Ada Gooley. 2 out.
Was I supposed to react?
I don't know. Were you?
I don't know.
Can't get to it through the fence, but. Here's the pitch from Taylor Tobin to Ada Gooley. Outside. Did he go? Did she go? No, she did not. So it's ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on for Shelton here. Bottom of the third. 10-0 is her score. WF West the lead. Shelton at bat. Ada Gooley waits for the next offering from Taylor Tobin. Here it comes. Swinging a pop-up over everybody's head. Is out of play. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Here comes a 1-2 to Gooley. Swinging a foul tip there. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taylor Tobin is now at 37 pitches, Jerry.
70?
37 pitches.
Wow, that is great for 3 innings. 37, okay.
37. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the Highclimbers here in their half of the third. We head to the fourth. WF West 10, Shelton nothing. Bearcats coming up.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can use the handle @MasonWebTV to find us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Subscribe and follow Mason Web TV so you never miss anything.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
So we head to the top of the fourth inning, 10-0 WF West. New pitcher for the Highclimbers is Haley Schaffenhauer. She takes over in the pitching circle. Ada Gooley moves to shortstop. And let's see, anything else to change here? You got Mincer at first, Mercy at second, to Gooley at short, Rolling at third, Lee, Taylor,
we got
Tyler, and Glenn.
Schaffenhauer pitching? Yeah.
I just said that, Jerry.
No, I was talking to him. I was talking to the official.
Okay. I don't know what he's talking to us for. All right, so Schaffenhauer.
Confused me.
Yeah. So Schaffenhauer will take over in the pitching circle.
And we do have a new hitter here. It looks
Number
like
25 is Aubrey Nelson.
Okay.
I see. She was 1 for 3 with an RBI.
Okay, thank you.
So Schaffenhauer in the pitching circle. The home plate umpire is just looking for clarification from the coach, as I guess didn't check in with him as the substitution. So we'll remind you, Schaffenhauer in the pitching circle, Gooley's at shortstop, and everybody else is pretty much the same. New batter, again, is number 25 in Aubrey Nelson. Takes ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Leadoff batter for the Bearcats here. Pitch on the way. It'll be strike 1 called, so 1-1 to for Schaffenhauer to Nelson. Now I'm a little out of sync here. Here's a ground ball, goes foul. That's strike 2, so 1-2 to Nelson. Leadoff batter for WF West here. 10-0 is our score. Bearcats on top and at bat. Here's the pitch on the way. It's going to be high and away. Ball 2. 2-2. To Aubrey Nelson. Here's the pitch on the way. Ooh, that's going to be ball 3. So the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To Aubrey Nelson. Leading things off for WF West here. Here's the pitch on the way, and it'll be a leadoff walk. So Nelson heads to first base. And this is Marley McGreal.
And she is 0 for 2.
So 1 on, nobody out. Here's the first pitch to McGreal, swing and miss. Strike 1.
She plays right field.
So yeah, Nelson at first base, pitch on the way. It's going to be away and low. Ball 1-1-1 to McGreal. Here's the next pitch on the way. That's going to hit her. Ooh. And McGreal is down. So WF West will have runners at first and second when they get
oh boy,
get Marley. I tend to her right here in front of us. Here comes the trainer. Took a shot to the thigh there, Jerry.
And it's always nice to have a medic on duty.
Yeah.
You know, Gable Lacey does a great job as our.
Yeah, and he has that nice little cart he runs around here, just making sure she's okay, checking it out.
Yeah.
Maybe hit more on the knee than the thigh, Jerry. So we're still attending to McGrilly.
Yeah, Gracie Elam will be up next for the visitors.
Actually, Jerry, I think it's going to be Tanner Tobin.
Oh, Tanner.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And then on deck would be Gracie. Okay.
Yeah. They're still attending to Miss McGreal here.
Yeah, it's too bad it hit her right on the knee. Yeah.
A little grimace on her face. I think we'll step aside. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Okay, we won't step aside, Jerry.
Yeah. Well, she's able to walk off on her own power. That's good.
Very good. And the runner for her is going to be number 4. That'll be Allie Smitherman. She'll be at first base. So, 2 on. Nobody out.
And the center fielder, number 1, Tanner Tobin, is up, and she is 0 for 1, struck out back in the 3rd, had a walk in the 2nd, and scored a run.
It's 10-0. Top of the 4th. 2 on, nobody out for WF West. They're on top. And here's Tanner Tobin Here's first pitch from her to her. There's a ground ball right to Gooley. Gooley touches the base for the out there. Throw to first. And did they get her or not over at first? They did not. They got the one out at second, and the runner makes her way to third. So one away and runners at the corners.
Okay, now up.
That's going to be number 33, Jerry. Yeah, that's going to be Francisca Raymond. And Francisca, back on the 25th, was 0 for 1 against Centralia. Swung and a miss. So that's 2 strikes. Again, runners at the corners for WF West. 1 out. There's a foul off the foot of Ramond. Francisca has to take a walk around, make sure she's okay. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on. Runners at first and third. It's going to be ball 1. 1 and
2.
1 and 2, I'm sorry. I had it right. I'm hitting the wrong buttons again, Jerry, and that's okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's going to be ball 2. So 2 and 2, 1 out, 2 on.
And Francisca Raymond is up.
Here's the next pitch on the way. Is a fly ball. Shallow, actually, it's deep left, and running over center was Cassandra Tyler. Couldn't get it. It goes off her glove. 1 run will come in to score. And there is an RBI single for Raymond, making it 11 to nothing.
You're going to give it a single?
No, I'm just saying, Jerry, you do whatever you want.
Yeah, okay. It was well hit, that's for sure.
It was well hit.
Well hit.
And there's a strike on the next batter, and that is Froschauer.
And we can give Francisca an RBI.
And she drops one into right field, rounding third and heading in. It's going to be Tobin. That makes it 12 to nothing. And Froschauer ends up at first base. And there's a Raymond over there at third. And here's Myers coming in, Jerry, the bat. Now we got runners at second and third now. Next pitch to Myers is a ball. That's ball 2.
Yeah, Myers is 2 for 2, double and a home run.
Froschauer's at second. Ramon's at third, and there's the third ball to Avalon Myers. So 3-0, 1 out, 2 in, 2 on, and there's a walk, and that'll load the bases. Here's number 12, Jerry, new batter here. I'll get her name here in a minute.
I don't have
I
a 12.
do not have a 12 either. Let's take a look over here. Oh, it's Avery Ostrom.
Okay.
I believe that's how. I can't read his writing.
Avery Ostrom. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Osborne after I look at it. It's Osborne. So Osborne is the batter. Avery Osborne. She took ball 1. Is that right? Next pitch on the way. High, ball 2. Bases are loaded, 1 out, 2 in for WF West. 12-0 ball game. Avery Osborne is the batter and takes strike on the inside. So 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out, 3 on, 2 in for WF West. 12-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up. Over there, first base. Mincer gets under it, grabs it, and that's going to be out number 2 for WF West here. So 2 down. And here's number 10, Jerry.
Yeah, Taylor Tobin the pitcher, and she is 1 for 2, has a single, RBI, steal, and a walk.
First pitch to Tobin is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 out, 3 on, 2 in for WF West here. Top of the 4th, 12-0. Here's the pitch from Schuffenhauer. Swing and a line drive. That will be fair ball. Here's Raymond scoring a 1 run, and here comes number 3. That's Froschauer, and there's a 2 more added on. It's 14 to nothing here. And runners at first and second for the Bearcats.
Okay, now we have,
I believe it's number 15, Jerry. That is Charlie Clinton. I'm sorry, 19, pardon me, take that back. 19 is Bailey Armitage.
Okay.
And Bailey was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, a walk, and scored a run. She fouled the first pitch off. We'll give Jerry a bad time with forgetting his hat again. Ball 1, gets away from Rasmussen, the catcher, and the runners will advance a base.
Yeah, I definitely need to listen to you.
Tell you, man, just keep it in your car, Jerry. Stick it in your glove box.
Well, I think it is in my car.
Well, okay. 1 ball, 1 strike. Armitage takes ball 2.
I don't wear a hat very often, even when I'm playing.
Well,
I should.
You probably should. So here's the next pitch on the way. It's going to be ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to Armitage. Bailey Armitage. Pitch on the way outside, and that loads the bases. So the bases are loaded. 2 out, 4 in. And here's number 4. That is Allie Smitherman. Swings and foul tips the first one off. Got a tiny little bit of it. 0-1. Allie versus Centralia on the 25th, over 3. Bases loaded, 2 out, 4 in for WF West in the 14-0 ball game. There's a ground ball to get into left field. 1 run will score. That's Myers. Here comes another run. And that's Tobin. And here comes a 3rd run. And that will be Armitage. And that makes it 17-0. That was a double, Jerry, wasn't it?
Yes.
So, Smitherman ends up at the second base, and we'll have yet another pitching change, and this time it'll be Paris Mincer coming in. So we'll step aside real quickly. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a down line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a down line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
So Paris Mincer takes over in the pitching circle for the Highclimbers. Ada Gooley will move over to first base, and Haley Schuffenhauer back to short.
Yeah, and Tanner Tobin, the center fielder, is now up, and she is 0 for 2. Does have a walk, did score a run.
Is that ball 1? Must have been ball 1. Okay. Yeah, ball 1. All right. So runner at second. Inside ball 2 to Tanner Tobin. 2 out, 1 on. 7 in. 17-0 is their score. Pitch on the way, that's going to be ball 3. So 3-0 to Tobin. Smitherman over at second base for WF West.
Yeah, I have 7 runs in also this inning.
There's a strike. Came in slow. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Tobin. Tanner Tobin. Here's the pitch from Mincer. That's going to be a ball, and that will send Tobin over to first base.
And who's on second for the Bearcats?
Smitherman.
Okay, thank you. You're right.
And the batter's number 33. That's is that Ramond again?
Yes.
Okay.
This is her second time up. She got on by way of a, well, I called it an error because it did hit the glove of the center fielder, but it was a nice, hit.
She took ball 1. Here's the next pitch on the way. A swing and a miss by Ramond. So 1-1 is the count. 2 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second. 7 in for WF West here in the inning. We're in the top of the 4th. Pitch on the way. That's going to be ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Francisca. I like that name, Francisca.
I do too.
Don't hear it very much. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's going to drop in. Get up in the corner there in left field. Here comes Smitherman to score. And there's a double there, Jerry. An RBI double, making it to 18.
There's no question on that. She really hit that. That's the second time she's hit a real hard shot.
Our runners at second and third now for WF West. And it is 18-0. And there's a passed ball. And this is Addison Froschauer. Takes ball 1. So 8 in, 2 out, 2 on. Runners at second and third for WF West. They're leading 17-0. There's a swing and a foul tip. So 1-1.
And she is 2 for 3. 2 singles. Excuse me. She's 2 for 4. 2 for 4. 2 singles. Scored 3 runs.
Pitch on the way and a fly ball infield, rolling under it, and that will end the inning. But boy, the damage was done there. The Bearcats now lead 18-0. We head to the bottom of the 4th. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD 3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD 3 at 360-426-8255.
Bottom of the 4th innings, 18-0, WF West with the lead. Jerry, have a quick summary?
Yeah, I do. 8 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 2 left on base, and 3 walked.
Well, leading things off for the Highclimbers will be Gabby Murphy. I'm saying that right, Jerry, number 1. And Gabby played against Aberdeen on the 25th and was 1 for 3. Here is the first pitch to her. Swing and a miss for strike one. Bottom of the fourth inning we are, Jerry. 18-0. Gabby Murphy leading things off. Here's a foul off the screen. 0-2.
It'll be interesting to see if they correct the scoreboard there.
Well, eventually they might.
We know it's 18.
We know it's 18, yeah. Here's the 0-2 to Murphy. Swing and a miss, and that's out number one. Got to swing, right, Jerry? Just got to swing at him.
Yeah, that's the 8th strikeout for the pitcher, Taylor Tobin.
So Haley Schuffenauer now batting. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but did Haley change her hair color? It looks darker than I remember. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if that's right or not. Here's a pitch on the way. There's a strike to Schuffenauer. I'm only just thinking, I think
you're more observant than I am.
Well, I don't know.
I love it.
I'd have to get some confirmation on that. So
yeah, let's do.
Pitch on the way. It's going to be high for ball 1-1 to Schuffenauer. I'm sure her dad will let me know the next time I see him.
They'll let us know.
Unless he doesn't pay attention to that
They
stuff.
follow every game, their grandparents.
Here's a pitch on the way and a fly ball high. It's going into foul territory on the... Oh, what a grab on the run from the outfield. I believe that was Middleton. No, that's Armitage with the out there in foul territory. So that's out number 2. Wow.
And now up is your cleanup hitter, Natalie Glenn, and she is playing right field, and she's 0 for 1.
So 2 out for the Highclimbers here in their half of the fourth inning. First pitch to Glenn is a ball. So 1-0, 2 out, nobody on. And outside ball to Raymond is over at first base. Jerry Froschauer is at second. Myers is at short. Osborne is at third base. Next pitch into Glenn is ball 3, so 3-0. The outfield, Armitage in the left, Tobin center, and Smitherman out there in right field. Just to get everybody the
nice
location.
job
Yeah.
of the...
It's going to be a 2-out walk to Natalie Glenn, so 1 on, 2 out. And here is Paris Mincer. Is that right? That is a 5, right? Yes, it is. Let's see here. Paris 1 for 2 against these Bearcats back on the 21st. She takes strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. I'm sorry, 1 on. Nobody on. Natalie Glenn over there at first base. I don't know what I'm thinking anymore. Here's the 0-1. Demenser swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2.
Now is Paris. Now is pitching. Okay, for us. Okay.
For Shelton, yes. No us involved, Jerry. I don't know. I'm not out there playing. Here's the pitch on the way. Strike 3 called, and that will do it for the Climbers here in their half of the fourth. We head to the fifth. 18-0. WF West with the lead and coming to bat.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how. With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
Well, the fifth inning, Jerry, 18-0, WF West with the lead, and the Bearcats are coming up, Jerry.
Yeah, and what's interesting, Taylor Tobin has 9 strikeouts, and he's working on a one-hitter.
So let's see if there's any changes other than what it was the last time for the Highclimbers here. But Avalon Myers will lead things off for the Bearcats.
Yeah, and she is, wow, had a night. She has had 2 walks, a home run, and a double. Has scored 3 times.
First pitch from Mincer. It's going to be low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Myers. Pitch on the way. It's going to be high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Avalon. Don't see that name very often, do you, Jerry? Avalon.
No, I haven't seen that name for a long, long time.
Here's the next pitch on the way. Check swing way outside there. Ball 3. Not way outside, just outside. So 3 balls and no strikes to Avalon Myers. To lead things off for the Bearcats here, top of the 5th inning. 18-0 is her score. Here's a pitch on the way, and that'll be a leadoff walk. As Myers heads to first base. And here's Osborne, Jerry. Avery Osborne.
Okay, and she is 0 for 1, flew out to the first baseman back in the 4th.
She's playing at third base. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up. That's playable. Can anybody get to it? No. Up against the fence.
Yeah, Gooley came way across.
Did she? No, she's still over the first. You're talking about Schuffenhauer is at short, Jerry. And Rollins at third.
Okay.
That's who you're thinking.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Schopenhauer. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they've had so many switches with pitching.
Yeah, there's
I'm glad you can keep count.
Well, I have the cheat sheet right here, Jerry.
But you're good. You're good.
The cheat sheet's right over here, Jerry. Right
Thanks.
over here in my hand. That's why people
just
look
keep
at me.
Honest.
People look at me and go, "Why do you have 2 iPads?" Reason. There's a ground ball to Roland, third base, throw to first, and there's the out on the play. However, Myers makes her way to second base, so 1 away for WF West, and a runner in scoring position.
And now up is number 10.
10. Yeah, it's 10. That'll be Tobin.
Yep.
The pitcher. Pitch on the way. Ooh, she ducked down. It's going to be ball 1.
And she is 0 for 2, but has had 2 walks and scored twice. And like I said, she has 9 strikeouts as a pitcher.
Here's the 1-0. That's going to be ball number 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. 1 on, 1 out. Avalon Myers over at second base. Taylor Tobin, the batter. For the Bearcats, leading 18-0. There's another ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Paris Mincer in the pitching circle for Shelton. There is ball 4. So the Bearcats have runners at first and second with 1 away. And here's Bailey Armitage. Had a heck of a catch out there.
Yeah, and she's walked and scored a run.
She'll step in. She's got runners at first and second with 1 out. Here's a pitch on the way from Mincer. That's past ball. The runners are going to hold, though. And here comes Rich Squire. Talk things over with Paris Mincer. So where does he go from here, Jerry?
I'm trying to think of who.
Ricks might. Yeah, it looks like Kelly Ricks is going to come back in.
So you can do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
So Kaylee Ricks is going to take over, or return to the pitching circle. For the Highclimbers, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Kids learn by watching adults, so consume cannabis out of sight of young people. And be a Mason County kid's greatest influence. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can use the handle @MasonWebTV to find us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Subscribe and follow Mason Web TV so you never miss anything.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD 3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD 3 at 360-426-8255.
So Kaylee Ricks back in the pitching circle for the Highclimbers.
And Bailey Armitage will be stepping back in for the Bearcats. And she scored a run, like I said, and has had a walk.
Some other changes. Mincer back at first base. Gooley out there in left field. Second pitch in there for strike to Armitage. So 1-1 is the count. Let's see here. Glenn is in center field and Murphy's over in right. Just to run things down for you. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and that. Oh, that's a crack on that. But it goes foul. Boy, I heard that.
I think she still likes the first base coach. I hope. Wow. I had to duck down there. Well,
that was a crack out there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Armitage. Wow.
Yeah, she had to duck, it looked like.
Yeah, it's got to be aware. Here's a pitch on the way. It'll be ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got to be on your toes.
Yeah, she's not even in the coaching
she's gone back into the dugout there. Smart lady. Outside ball 3, so 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either. Bailey Armitage has a full count. It's full count. I have a full count. I don't know about anybody else. Here's a pitch on the way. There's a strikeout there, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 away.
And now up is Audrey Nelson. And she scored a run. And in the 4th inning, she had a walk.
So Nelson will step back in. 2 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second. First pitch to Nelson is a strike. So 1-1 to Nelson. You got Myers at second and Tobin at first for the Bearcats. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nelson. Aubrey Nelson waits for the next pitch. Pops that one up. Out of play overhead. So 1-2. 18-0. WF West has been in control from the beginning, Jerry.
Yeah.
Got their first 3 runs in the first inning and never looked back. Here's the 1-2 to Nelson with 2 out and 2 on. Pitch on the way, swing, and that one's popped out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
To give you kind of an idea of how many people have hit for WF West, several of the batters for the Bearcats have hit 5 times. Have been up 5 times.
Nelson steps back in, waits for the 1-2 pitch from Ricks. 2 out, 2 on. 18-0 is their score. Pitch on the way. Strike 3 called, and that will end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Shelton coming up, trailing by a bunch. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935.
So bottom of the 5th inning we come, and it's 18-0. Highclimbers coming up. They got a lot of work to do if they want to keep this game going beyond this half inning. Leading things off will be number 2. It's Liv Rasmussen, the catcher.
Yep. And Liv is 0 for 1. That's interesting.
What the song?
It's kind of a good song.
Yeah, well, you know. So one of those real classics, Jerry.
Yeah,
right.
That's why I like it.
Rasmussen will step in, face Tobin one more time. Leading things off for the Highclimbers here. She fouls the first one way over to the woodshed over there at the baseball field, Jerry. And I think the Highclimbers are going to come out swinging here late. Here's the next pitch on the way. Oh, boy. That hit her in the helmet. She'll head over to first base, and there's a base runner that the Highclimbers need. Here comes Riley Rowland. Nobody out, 1 on for Shelton here, bottom of the 5th inning. Trailing by 18 runs, 18-0. Liv Rasmussen over at first base for Shelton. A swing and a miss by Rowland on the first pitch. So 1-1.
Yeah, Riley is 0 for 1.
Next pitch on the way. High, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up. On the first base line, and did not get to it. Was first baseman over there. That was Raymond. Couldn't get to it. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Riley Rowland. 1 on, nobody out. There's a pitch on the way. Swing, another pop-up for space line up against the fence this time. That one hit the top of the dugout, and it's still, count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Francisca having a time over there at first base, Jerry. She's working out. Riley Rowland the batter. Liv Rasmussen at first base for the Highclimbers. 18-0 is their score. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rowland. Could be low. Runner goes. Throw over to second. Rasmussen makes it over safely. So runner in scoring position for the Highclimbers here late. Riley Rowland has 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner in scoring position, and Liv Rasmussen at second base. Next pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And Rowland goes down swinging for the first out. Aurora Marcy coming up, Jerry.
Yeah, she's 0 for 1.
1 out, 1 on. Rasmussen is second base for Shelton. Here's the first pitch to Marcy, swing and a miss. So 0-1. 1 out, 1 on. Pitch on the way. Ooh, fastball on that one, Jerry. Just swing and a miss. A little bit behind is Aurora Marcy. 0-2. 1 out, 1 on. Again, Liv Rasmussen over there at second base. Here's a pitch on the way, and that one's foul tipped. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Aurora Marcy. We're in number 40 today. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 2 for the Highclimbers. Here's Kaylee Ricks. With 2 out, 1 on.
And she's 0 for 1. But now pitching again.
Now pitching again. Here's the first pitch to her, a swing and a miss. So 1-1. Comes the next pitch on the way. It's a swing and another miss there. 0-2 to Ricks. Again, Liv Rasmussen in second base. Kaylee Ricks is the batter. 2 strikes, pitch on the way, and that one's fouled straight off the top of the screen and out of play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Kaylee Ricks. 2 out, 1 on. 18-0 is our score. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball. Shallow center coming in on the run to get it and gloving it, and that will be that, as that was Tobin, the other Tobin, Tanner Tobin, with the out. And that is the ball game, 18-0, the final score. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Well, it's a final here at Highclimber Field. The WF West Bearcats take care of the Shelton Highclimbers 18-0. Jerry, some totals?
Thank you, Diedrich. For WF West Bearcats, they had 18 runs. They had 9 hits. They had no errors. They got on by way of 9 walks. Gracie Elam was 1 for 3. Addie Frohauer was 2 for 5. Avalon Myers was 2 for 3. She had a home run and a double. Carly Coleman was 1 for 1, had a double. Taylor Tobin was 1 for 2. Francisca Ramon was 1 for 2, had a double. And Alice Smitherman was 1 for 1, had a double. So 9 hits, no errors, 18 runs. Okay. For the Highclimbers, they had 1 run on 1 hit. They had 4 errors. They got on base by way of 3 walks. The leading hitter was Haley Schaffenhauer. She was 1 for 2.
Yep. Highclimbers used 4 pitchers.
Yeah.
Rick's twice.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that before.
Oh, I think
Have
we
you
ran.
seen
Yeah,
that
I think we
before?
run into that before with to bring back a pitcher.
Okay.
Well, next up for the Highclimbers, they play at Centralia on Friday. The Bearcats are also on the road Friday at Black Hills. Our next broadcast is Monday when the Shelton baseball team hosts Black Hills. First pitch is 4:30 on Monday. Jerry, anything to add?
I don't have anything to add. It was nice to see both coaches substituting players towards the end of the game to give everybody a chance to play. I like that.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of sportsmanship there on behalf of both coaches.
Both teams, yeah. All right. Well, that will do it for us here at the Shelton Fastpitch Field. My thanks to Jerry Apple for his help with today's broadcast. Final score again, WF West. Go ahead, Jerry.
I do have one more thing.
Okay.
I can't overemphasize this. Taylor Tobin had a one-hitter and 3 walks.
Okay.
I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, how many strikeouts? I don't have the thing up anymore. But how many strikeouts did you have, Jerry?
She had 11 strikeouts. 11 strikeouts.
All right, so
Thank you.
Final score again, WF West 18, Shelton nothing. We'll talk to you on Monday. You have been watching High School Sports on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The preceding presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.